Whoop, drilled to left field. Going back low. He's on the track. Looking up. See ya! Another home run for Judge. His 89th first inning home run in his career. And it's 2-1 Angels.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Will Leach. Today is Friday, April 17th, and it is my job in this here podcast to tell you everything that's going on in baseball, and to do so in under 10 minutes. As of this morning, Friday morning, 11% of the MLB season has passed. If the entire MLB season were, say, Leonard Skinner's Freebird, we would have not even gotten to the first lyrics, the "If I leave here tomorrow" part. We wouldn't even be there yet. It has been a while for the greatest player of the 2010s. He's played more than 82 games only twice in the last 7 seasons. He hasn't made an All-Star game since 2023. He just put up the lowest OPS of his entire career in 2025, and he hasn't played on a team with a winning record since, 2015. His place in Cooperstown was secured years ago, but we haven't really seen Mike Trout be Mike Trout in quite a while. But we sure are seeing it right now. On Thursday afternoon, Trout finished off one of the greatest series at Yankee Stadium ever. 4 days of glorious vintage Trout action. Trout smashed a solo homer in the 7th inning of the Angels' 11-4 win over the Yankees, giving him a total of 5 in the series. That made him the first ever player to homer on 4 straight days in any incarnation of Yankee Stadium, this one or the previous one. There was a previous incarnation of Yankee Stadium. He was kind of famous. Trout also homered in his last game at Yankee Stadium last year, which actually makes him the second player to homer in 5 consecutive games at the new Yankee Stadium, along with, of course, Aaron Judge, who, by the way, also homered on Thursday. Trout now has 7 homers on the season, 1 behind Judge for the AL lead. Trout's OPS is now 1.010, another vintage Trout number. He has put up 4,000 plus OPS seasons in his career, though not since 2021. Trout is healthy. He is launching baseballs. He is Mike Trout. It's fantastic. The hottest team in baseball is in Southern California, but I'm not talking about the Dodgers. The Dodgers aren't even that good. I'm sorry. Okay, the Dodgers are, in fact, quite good. But the hottest team in baseball is, in fact, still in Southern California, and it is the San Diego Padres, who rallied from a 6-2 ninth inning deficit on Wednesday night to take a 7-game win streak into their finale against Seattle on Thursday night. Let me now tell you that the Padres are still the hottest team in baseball. Fernando Tatis Jr. had a 2-run single. Walker Buehler got his first win of the season. And Mason Miller, well, he struck out 3 more dudes in the 9th. Though I don't care how good he is, his entrance music is not going to make me like the band Korn, ever. As the Padres beat the Mariners 5-2 for their 8th straight win. A week ago, Tigers fans were freaking out. They were 4-9 in last place in the AL Central and wondering why they ever got so excited about this team in the first place. But heading into Thursday, the Tigers in the last week had won 5 in a row in their season finale against the Royals on Thursday. The Tigers were looking for their first 6-game win streak in 2 years. But following Salvador Perez's 3-run homer in the 6th inning and a 45-minute rain delay, Tigers were down 8-6 and wondering if their streak was going the way of the dodo. That means it's over. But the Tigers fought off the rain, got a game-tying 2-run double from Riley Green in the bottom of the 9th, and then, when Colt Keith came up to the plate, we got ourselves a walk-off alert.
Right side, base hit! Green around third, Caglione as a cannon, the throw, not in time! It was well worth the wait!
Just like that, the Tigers had a wild 10-9 comeback victory, the most fun win of the entire win streak. They're now just 1 game behind the Twins in the AL Central, with the 2nd best run differential in the entire American League. See, Tigers fans, there was never anything to worry about. Well, other than spiders. I always worry about spiders. And wrapping up this boomlet of winning streaks, the Rays, who actually have the best record in the American League right now, won their sixth in a row, a 5-3 victory over the White Sox. After the break, the Guardians came this close to their first no-hitter since 1981. That I'm not telling you about it until after the ad break is a sign that, well, they didn't quite get there.
And the payoff. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out. Number 9.
Coming into his start against the Orioles on Thursday night, lefty Parker Messick was off to one of the best beginnings to a career in Guardians history. The 25-year-old had a 2.04 ERA in his first 10 starts for Cleveland, the lowest ERA in team history to start a career, besting Ray Gnarly Narleski back in 1957. But it turned out that Thursday would be a shot at an even bigger history, the first Cleveland no-hitter since Lynn Barker's perfect game way back in 1981. Messick was ridiculous on Thursday, striking out 9 Orioles and allowing just 2 walks, heading into the 9th inning, just 3 outs away from becoming a Guardians legend. But on the first pitch, Leody Taveras, he ruined the whole party.
The pitch. Ground ball, base hit. Well, that ends the mystery.
It certainly does.
The Guardians ended up winning 4-2, and Messick raised his record to 2-0 and lowered his ERA to 1.05 on the year. He's probably the best pitcher in baseball right now. And honestly, you just wait. Keeps on like this. Well, the no-hitter, it's just a matter of time. Oh, and in Cincinnati, fight!
And Stewart is upset and goes right at the pitcher. And they're screaming at each other. Now the bench is empty.
That was Sal Stewart, who did not hit 2 homers, but did strike out to end the game in a Giants 3-0 win over the Reds, exchanging some words you should probably not let your children lip read after closer Eric Miller finished him off in the 9th. When I'm running the Morning Lineup podcast, there's no game left behind. So let's wrap up Thursday with the whip around.
Line drive right field, and that gets down in a hurry. O'Neill Cruz into second base.
The Nationals blew a 4-0 lead and also a separate 9th inning lead, but they still beat the Pirates 8-7. But the coolest thing that happened was O'Neill Cruz smashing that double you just heard in the 5th inning. The ball was hit 119 miles an hour, the hardest hit ball of the season so far. 119 miles an hour! Brandon Sproat gave up just 1 run in 6 2/3 innings. The Brewers broke a 1-1 tie in the 7th by laying down 3 consecutive bunts in a 2-1 win over the Blue Jays. Bunt rally! The Rockies ended a 6-game losing streak. Way to go, Rockies, by beating the Astros 3-2. Hunter Goodman hit his 5th homer, and the Rockies bullpen threw 8 1/3 scoreless innings. And to close, the Rangers scored 4 runs at the top of the 9th to edge out a 9-6 win over the A's. Those 2 teams are now tied atop the AL West, but don't worry, the season is not over. They're going to keep playing games. They're going to break that tie, probably pretty soon. Here's one thing that didn't happen on Thursday. The Mets did not lose. Sure, the Mets did not play, but considering they've lost 8 games in a row, that's a good thing. I think we can all agree we've been a little concerned about all of our friends who are Mets fans. The Amazons get back out to it on Friday afternoon to start a 3-game set with the Cubbies, a team that, for what it's worth, is also kind of bummed to find itself in last place right now. It's Kodai Senga against Edward Cabrera, and while both those fan bases are, kind of going through it right now, come on, it's sunny, if a slightly cloudy Friday afternoon. It's baseball at Wrigley Field. First pitch, 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch it on MLB.tv. That's all for today's Morning Lineup podcast. Thank you for listening. Please be sure to give us a rating and review and tell everyone you know about this podcast. Anthony Castrovents will be with you on Monday. I, Will Leach, writer person, will be back exactly 1 week from today. I'm actually going to see Bob Dylan in concert on Monday night. Bob Dylan! I love Bob Dylan.